Well, welcome, Coyote Nation, to episode number 5 of the Coyote Football Network Stat Show. Following a week 6, I'm going to call it a business trip down to Frisco.
Business is good.
Oh, business was good on Thursday night. But before we get into that, another company that we love, a bank that we love, Farmers Bank and Trust.
More good business.
Great business. Listen, they want to come alongside you and help you with all your banking needs, personal or professional. I would go ahead and go out to them. Oh, you're pointing to the logo. I was like, what are you doing?
Point to that logo right there. There it is.
Right. Farmers Bank and Trust. Give those guys a call. They're everywhere in our community right now. They want the very best for you, your family, your business, and all of your finances. So hit them up. You will not be disappointed. That's a Blake and Phil guarantee.
Wow.
You know what else was a guarantee?
The dub?
The dub.
The big dub.
Never in question.
Speaking of business being good, by the way, a great movie if you know the reference. If you don't, you'll see it in chat, I'm sure. But business was good. Walk away with a dub.
Hey, first person to comment on the YouTube comments, not on Facebook where it's reposted or anything like that, on our YouTube comments, gets a sticker for their own helmet.
Okay.
How about that?
Give out a sticker
First
for a
person
comment.
to comment with that movie that gets it correctly, we'll give them a sticker.
In the YouTube chat.
YouTube chat.
Not on a Facebook or anything else. In YouTube chat, the first comment we get in there as a response gets a sticker. And if you reference the name of the movie that I just quoted from, we'll give you a second one.
There you go. I love it. Chance for 2 stickers. Come on now.
Come on, you as a fan of the show. That's all you got to do. So, hey, let's start it off. I'm Phil.
I'm Blake,
and we are going to get to talk to you a little bit about what was. I don't. This is not mean. It was just expected. It's just expected. And when there's something like this expected, you still got to go out and you got to produce. You've got to execute. But it was expected. We expected this score. In fact, my pre-game score was 62-7.
Okay.
I had us. I'm sorry, Des. I had us missing a PAT. So I was wrong. But I was close.
You were close.
I was extremely close, off by 1.
We end up, and it's kind of fun. Like it's kind of fun that people somehow we've tricked people into thinking they should respect our opinions on football enough that they should ask us what we think the score is going to be.
I love it. I'll never put it out before the game, on our network or anything. But
no,
it is fun to talk about.
We talked to people about it, and so I had multiple people asking me, well, what do you think the score is going to be, Blake? What do you think it's going to be? And my only response was, I think it's going to be about 50-0 by halftime.
Yeah.
And then the question just becomes,
and you were off by 1.
I was off by 1.
We were both off by 1.
And so then it's like, the only question then becomes, how long do the 1s play? How do the 2s play when they get in there? I said, but I can tell you it'll be about 50-0 with our 1s in there at halftime. And hey, Zai, the offense, the defense, y'all made us look pretty darn smart. Tristan,
yeah, man,
the 2s on both sides of the ball, y'all made both of us look pretty darn smart, and that's hard to do.
That's very hard. You don't even know how hard that is to do.
Like, that's why when we say it was a business trip down to Frisco, that's what it was. It was a business trip, and they had fun on the business trip, but they took care of business. But I think one of my favorite things watching the post-game interviews, by the way, up on Coyote Football Network on the YouTube channel. If you haven't seen the post-game interviews, check those out. We're thankful for some of the players and coaches getting to talk to us. But Coach
Bruce Norwood,
Bruce
as a matter of fact, because he sponsors that segment of our show.
Yeah. Bruce, another awesome guy. Real estate needs, go hit up Bruce.
Yeah.
I know he's got his own advertisements on those. But you were talking to Coach Parr.
Yeah.
And his very first thing is, well, we got some things to clean up. And most people would look at it and be like, it was 63-7. Like, come on, Coach. Why are you talking about cleaning up? And but it's true.
Yeah.
There were a few things to clean up, and I talked about it on the broadcast of the game, and I think you did as well at halftime of the broadcast of the game. The goal wasn't Thursday night.
Mm-mm.
The goal is 3 or 4 days before Christmas in AT&T Stadium. That's the goal. And so this is a step along the way to that goal. But it's always nice going home after a win. Right? It's always nice going home after a big win where you just kind of got to celebrate all night long. You got to get some kids in there that don't get to see the field a lot.
A lot better drive home when you've won than it is when you've lost. We've seen that. We felt that. And so it was great for us to get back in the win column.
Sure.
I know those guys were – the best part for me was talking to these guys after the game and listening to them talk about how some of the guys that don't normally get in, some of their victories, and watching them celebrate these guys who have worked alongside them for a long time, getting some playing time, getting some meaningful reps, under their belt. So even Coach, I asked that to him in the post-game interview, which is, Coach, what tell us a little bit how you feel about how it comes across to you. What do you feel when you get to see some of these kids who've worked all year long, like these starters, get in the game and find some success like this? And as always, it's exactly what I'd expect from this coaching staff. It was, that's why we practice. These kids have earned those opportunities, and it's a lot of fun. We want to see them all succeed.
Well, yeah, and so I think about our second team offense. They got better with each drive that they went out on the field, and that's part of why it's like, oh, why didn't you leave the ones in there? Let's see, could we hang 100? Could we get 80? Could we get 90?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
We were not stopped. We were not going to be stopped.
Our ones got stopped one time.
Yeah, and it was just, the numbers you're going to hear in this show are video game numbers. And that's not a joke, man. Some of these numbers are crazy. So it's not that we couldn't. It's just at some point you've got to balance what the bigger goal is. The kids on the other side of the ball have played a lot of football, and it's not been winning football. And there's no use in demoralizing them as kids.
No.
You get your win. You do what you got to do. I talked about it in the halftime show.
Yes.
We got to put up points. The way that the UIL and Texas football works, and when we get into that place where you start getting
and the
potential
district tiebreakers.
Yep. Ties and things like that.
Boy, did we talk about that a lot last season.
That was a big issue last year, and so I don't blame coaches for coming into Independence and some of these other teams and saying, hey, look, everybody else kind of put up high 50s to low 60s. We probably got to do the same to kind of keep pace. And I think that's a good game plan. It's not hang 100 on them. It's let's keep pace with our district.
And like you said, none of it is, and none of what we're going to do today is going to be to disparage the other team.
Those guys work hard.
But we want to celebrate our guys.
Yeah.
And so part of celebrating our guys is going to mean that some of the flaws might get pointed out on the other side. But listen, I guarantee you that Coach Stokes and the rest of his crew are already tearing apart that game film and saying, how do we get better? Where were our bright spots? Where do we improve? Yeah. And we're going to talk about our bright spots. We're not going to shy away from that.
No,
just know that none of this is shade anywhere else. But we are going to celebrate. We're going to have fun celebrating our guys. So with that said, let's talk about the offense.
Let's do it.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life, from no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another, and much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right. Well, listen, you brought him in last week, so let me talk about our boy, number 8. That's my quarterback, y'all.
That's my quarterback.
Number 8 for the love. His name is Zyandre, not Zeandre. All of you DFW media outlets, it's Zy. Zyandre Williams. We went through this during the state title run. We were like the Z, Zoo, Zaz, Z, Zaz. It's Zy. Zyandre Williams. Get to know him.
Birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, young man.
Happy birthday,
Turned
Zy.
18 on game day, and boy, did he have a game to go along with it. Listen, Zy, you're going to walk away with 7 stickers on the evening. I'm disappointed that you couldn't get to 11. You set a high mark of 11 a couple of weeks ago, and what were we doing, man? You just started your birthday party too early? Or I would love to do the things that he does on a football field. Just in command of the game. So, Zy,
I can't think about the things he does on a football field without hurting myself. So, there you go.
Zy, here's your line, brother. You were 14 for 17 through the air for 266 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's an 82% completion percentage with a QBR of 135.2 for the game. You had a long pass of 52 yards. All 5 of his TD passes, by the way, were to a different receiver. And he also had 2 carries for 34 yards for a 17-yard per carry average. Normally we say, hey, you got to have at least 5 carries to kind of meet our threshold of where we give a sticker at. But when your 2 carries go for 34 yards and you're having 17 through 2, it's like, all right, I just got to give it to you, brother.
Yep.
I don't know what else you want me to do. And yes, The stickers will be here on Wednesday.
Let's get a big hallelujah. Come on now.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get an amen?
An amen.
I am loving the Lord is wrong. I don't
So-
want to be right.
So
That's
you
another
guys,
movie reference.
We'll give out a sticker. In
I'll
YouTube
give out a
chat
sticker for that one too. You
Listen,
better believe it.
We ordered 5,000 stickers.
We got some stickers.
We're running out of them already.
after this game.
But so all of you guys that have been hounding us and Zai's at the forefront because he's like, listen, I've earned my stickers, and rightfully so, dude. Like, you're right.
Different sticker this year, by the way. I'm going to interject and talk a little bit about the
Please
sticker.
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
So it's a clear sticker. It's not a paperback sticker, so it should be a little bit easier to get off the helmets once the season
Is the sticker
ends.
going to be right here between us as you talk? Or are
don't-
you going to wait for it to be debuted?
Maybe we wait for him to get on the
Okay,
helmet.
Josh, no sticker right here.
No sticker
Forget that.
here. No magic editing goes right here. But he doesn't have the artwork for it anyway.
Josh, put your head right here.
Again, you did a great job with that last week. Josh Wright, everybody, our editor. Let's give him a round of applause. But the stickers are coming out. They'll be clear. They're clear backed, so the purple will kind of come through. They've got some white and black contrast on them, so I think they'll look really cool.
Yeah,
But
they're
they're
gonna be
die
sick.
cut, and they're called kiss cut because they go around the design, and it's going to look really good. I think it's going to look really good.
They're going to be sick.
Yeah.
So you guys will receive those Friday morning
Let's
before
go.
homecoming game.
Yeah.
I think Coach Parr wants us to hand them out. So it's going to be an extra 45 minutes in that meeting as we hand out roughly 15,942 stickers on the season.
We didn't order that many.
Emergency ship them. Come on, sticker mule, step it up. Here we go. But no, so your stickers will be here soon. But Zai, when we talk about video game numbers, that's it. 14 of 17. Crazy. 266 yards, 5 touchdowns, 82% completion percentage, a QBR of 135.2. All of it is just ridiculous. And I love the fact that he didn't throw a single TD pass to the same guy twice.
Crazy. And look, the good thing there is, again, it's reps. Everybody's kind of getting timing. Because if we had one critique of the week before, it was the idea of timing. It's like everything felt a little off. Everything felt like it wasn't quite
a fraction
gelling.
behind or too far, or too early or
There were a couple moments like that, but we're getting better, and that's the thing. There's a time to peak.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and there's always the potential of peaking too early. They're working out a couple more kinks. I think they're going to spend more time getting that timing down.
Sure.
And that it's just we're getting better and better and better and better every week, and that's what you want to see from a team that's chasing a championship.
And by the way, part of what Zai's going to walk away saying? I should have had 6. Right, he is.
Well,
he had to Cormon. That one interception was Cormon was open on
Yep.
I call it a skinny post, but that's kind of what the route looked like to me up in the broadcast booth. He had Cormon open. He beat his corner. He just didn't see the safety float into the window. And Zai's gonna say, I should have had 6.
Yeah.
I should have had 6.
Well, in the post-game interview, he said it too. He's like, look, little mistakes, we can't have them.
Yep.
We can't practice them. We can't make them a part of normal. There's a lot of little mistakes I got to get better at. I got to fix. That. That's a championship mindset. Zai, we see that in you. 18 years on this earth, kid. You're headed the right direction. From 2 bald guys sitting on the other side of a desk, we think pretty highly of you. You're all around pretty good dude, and your football's pretty good too.
Yep. Hey, the next guy, another dude that just had a birthday recently.
I know, another birthday guy, but also another quarterback.
Yeah.
Tristan got to see a pretty good amount of time in this game. He was 6 for 8. Tristan, here is your line. You're going to get 3 stickers on the night.
Yep.
Right? And you were 6 for 8 for 68 yards and a touchdown. Found
Yes.
the pay dirt. I love that. 75% completion rating, but a QBR of 138.5.
Better than Zai's.
The young man, the young man in his time did his thing.
He did.
68 yards and a touchdown. It's a lot of fun. Tristan, I'm so glad that. And at first, it's funny when the twos got in. I text because I'm on the field doing some work getting video, and you're up in the booth, and I'm texting you in the booth. I'm like, oh, this has got to get better. This has got to get better. This has got to get better. He's like, it's their first drive. I'm like, I know, but it's got to get better. I was tripping.
While he's taking camera shots and I'm doing color commentary and text each other and
oh, my rig now has my phone on it, so I can text and get shots at the same time, which is not good for you doing color commentary. So, but man, Tristan,
it was
great outing, man. I know it had to feel good for him.
And by the way, it did get better.
It did.
Like we mentioned at the top, every series got better
and better.
And so real quick, so our threshold for our starting quarterback is 3 passing touchdowns to get a sticker. for a backup when you come in the game, if you get a passing touchdown that meets the threshold,
Without
I
a
think
doubt.
it's only fair. It's less playing time.
Limited time. That's one factor.
And so it's gonna change some of that. And so it might be a sliding scale, but like it is what it is. And we both think it's fair. We'd rather reward stickers than withhold stickers if we can.
Yeah,
and so Tristan was awesome.
Yeah, I thought when he got settled down, he did everything you want out of your quarterback in that moment.
Yes.
He did everything you want. And yes, are there things he's going to learn? Just like Zai, yes.
Yeah.
He's going to go back. He's going to learn this week. He's going to get better. Tristan's a competitor. If you haven't spent any time with Tristan, you owe it to yourself to get to know the kid, because he's as competitive as anybody else on that team without any hesitation.
By the way, he used his legs a little bit too.
Look,
he had a couple of scrambles.
I know. I didn't know he had it in him.
He had one where he rolled right, was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to beat that guy to the edge, and then rolled back to the left, got a block, and made a couple of guys miss, and threw it just barely low. I watched Andrew Tobar, thank you for stepping in and filming for us on the second camera.
Snacks.
Shout out Andrew Tobar. I owe you some Skittles. I know it. I think Carter Merritt caught that one. I know I'm biased.
We can be that way.
Whatever. But
be that way.
I think Carter Merritt caught it, but that was an incredible escape play. Another dude who was escaping all night long, number 22, the feral hog himself, Mr. Pharrell Brown, bro. That was a game, son. You're going to get 6 stickers on the night. He said, allow me to reintroduce myself. And he did style.
That first half, bro.
In style.
I said it on the broadcast.
So let me give the whole game, and then you give the first half stat, right? So 7 carries for 146 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed a little bit, and I'll tell you why after you give halftime. So 7 carries, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns, an average of 20.9 yards per carry, and a long run of 80. So give us halftime stats.
So at halftime, the biggest stat that anybody needs to know, just so you know, this is the only stat that mattered at halftime. I mean,
I'm leaning back like I was in the booth when he was doing all this stuff.
30.8 yards per carry was your average. Pharrell, dude, when I said before this was going to be video game numbers, 30.8 yards per carry is ridiculous. It's straight Madden cheat mode, like super easy versus the worst team on the league. You went nuts, bro. And it was so much fun to watch.
My man turned the user sliders up and the computer sliders down, and it was like, all right, it's game time. Let's go, baby.
Zeroed out the computer.
And I'm going to put it on rookie setting.
He was full 99 on everything. It was great, dude.
So he had 4 carries for 123 yards at halftime and 2 touchdowns. And so the reason I'm disappointed is he was at a 50% carry to touchdown ratio in the first half, or touchdown to carry ratio. So half of his carries went for touchdowns.
Scored on half of his carries.
In the second half, he had 3 carries and only 1 touchdown. What happened?
You let us down. You know we're playing.
And he's gonna give the biggest smile to us too when he I love that. The dude has like the biggest smile. He's an awesome dude.
Dude, the 80-yard run was epic. That was a good run. How many times did he get hit?
Not a lot.
No, well, early I thought he had to break 3 tackles to get going.
One at the line, and then he like ran through an arm tackle, kind of, or maybe 2 arm tackles at the second level.
Yeah, I think it was 2 arm
but
tackles.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. That felt like the cleanest 80-yard run I've ever seen. Oof. He was just kind of gone.
Yeah, once he got through that, I think it was the second arm tackle. You saw the entire line. The entire line was just they didn't even do anything. They were done. Like they knew it. It's a touchdown. He's gone. Nothing's gonna come back here. They were signaling touchdown.
Nope.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Brother, you had yourself a game. Like I said, man, you reintroduced yourself and reminded us that why we were so excited about you with Chumley having moved on this year is because you have that in your tool bag.
Got a little dog in him.
And so like that's the expectation, Pharrell.
He's got a little dog in him.
Right.
Like it was a big dog last night.
That's the expectation, though. We know that you can play to this level, so, like, now go out and do it every game. Like, I know you're not going to get 20 yards per carry every game, but you might as well do it.
Well, it was crazy, bro. Like, it was crazy. Like, good job. Number 22, 6 stickers.
There you go.
That's a haul. That is a haul. Well, I'll talk about the next guy, right?
Yes,
I think we propped up number 22. Let's talk about number 5, Michael Kennedy. Michael Kennedy. Ladies and gentlemen.
White lightning.
White lightning has entered the building.
Hey, there was a storm brewing in Frisco,
When we
and
said-
lightning struck big time.
When we said we were going to storm the castle, we literally meant with white lightning, Michael Kennedy.
Yes, sir.
So thanks to our boys from the Dub for the nickname. We will keep that and honor that, and also give you a little credit, a little shout out to y'all fellas.
I love it.
So Michael Kennedy, 7 stickers on the night because
Okay.
5 catches,
Yep.
159 yards on those catches, and a
This is worth
touchdown.
2 stickers.
And a touchdown.
Yep. That's
right?
3.
Yeah, averaged 31.8 yards per reception.
That's 4.
4 stickers. Explosive plays,
Okay.
not plays of 49, 52, and 33 yards. Michael Kennedy decided to make sure that the castle was sufficiently stormed. He did it. I mean, that's an incredible line. 7 stickers total. Michael, I just don't even know. That was so much fun to watch you do. What do you got?
All of that was in the first half, by the way. I don't think he touched the ball in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on the record on that because I don't know 100% for sure. I just do know that
You keep talking, I'll tell you. If you want to keep talking about him, I will tell you here in like 2 seconds. I'm opening up our stat application right now.
for me,
It was
been
ridiculous.
It's been crazy to watch because he's bounced back from an injury. Last year he started slow, not because of injury, just because he was making a move in a transition. Now he kind of had to battle some injuries to get back into this game. Gets into the game a couple weeks ago. Doesn't have maybe the impact we thought he might right away, but man, is he making himself felt now. Like this is good timing. Like I said, we're starting to hit stride in the places where we really ought to. And Michael, man, you absolutely, without any question, you tore it up, dude. And I could see, dude, the smile on your face, feeling back, scoring touchdowns, getting the big catches, making the big plays.
It was wild.
It was so much fun to watch.
Yes, it was. I love how, as I say that now, our application wants to act up. But I'm very, very confident that all of that was in the first half. So imagine if he had been there for the whole game. We just might as well double it and say he could have had 10 for, what would that have been, 318 and 2 tutties. Just a chill game.
Here we are, back to doing math halfway through the season. We do the math for you, so you don't have to.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Hey, the next guy, quiet evening. Quiet evening. Number 7, Ace Trailer. Surgeon General was like, hey, it's going to be an easy day for me. It's going to be quick. Just one little operation today, and then we're going to be in and out. No worries on it. Ace Trailer, you're going to walk away with 1 sticker on the evening. By the way, just a reminder to everybody, every player on the varsity squad gets 2 stickers for a district win. So we're not kidding when we're saying we're running out of stickers already. And we just ordered 5,000 of them. Number 7, Ace Trailer. You had 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. You averaged 15 yards a catch, and you had a long of 16. In fact, he had our opening touchdown, did he not?
He did.
Michael Kennedy caught that first screen down the sideline, and then Ace caught the second pass of the game, the second play of the game, and took it into pay dirt from 16 yards out, I believe it was. And it was kind of off and running from there. It was
We'll probably see it on the screen because I know I got it. But
yes, we got the ball with after Izzy's return, there was 11:52 on the clock, and when we kicked off the ball, there was 11:28 on the clock after having 7 points on the board.
Oh gosh,
By
it
the
went
way,
so fast.
By the way, I do make mental notes of these things. It was 32 seconds from opening kickoff to first touchdown of the game, about 24 seconds of offense.
I almost missed the entire first drive because it happened so fast.
Well, when you say almost, you got one of the 2 plays.
That's the point. That's the point. Oh, man.
That's
Ace,
silly.
as always.
Ace did what he needed to do. It's like we say it's a quieter night, and you're still walking away with a sticker, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Just
and
that was the love. Spread the love was the theme of the night in Independence, or against Independence.
And Ace is the kind of kid, anything he can do to help his guys succeed, and it showed. And he always is willing to put himself out there that way, and it's really cool to watch Ace play.
Yeah, I imagine if this had been a closer game, it would have been more stats for him, but he's perfectly happy walking away being like, whatever, dude, I got my tutty, and it was 63-7.
Yeah.
And I did my little end zone. I'm not going to do it. I I did my little end
You
zone
almost
dance.
got memed again right there.
Listen,
Oh,
Adam
dude.
Stormer's looking for anything and everything to meme me. He texted us memes during the game last night from last season.
We have the meme king who's out there waiting to do stuff to help us take ourselves less seriously. So let's talk about number 85, Carter Merritt, because, man, last night was a landmark night for Carter Merritt. 3 catches, 37 yards, and touchdown. Dude, you're going to get a sticker, Carter, for that. Average of 12.3 with a long of 25. He clutch. I mean, is that in a game where you've got so many points? He just seemed to catch the ball in moments where we really needed it. Even though we were up so much, there are moments where it's like, yeah, we need a play here.
Yeah,
like, we need a play. And Carter was there, and he was a go-to guy. Zai afterwards, he looked at me, and I said, Zai, how did it feel to throw that touchdown to Carter Merritt? He's like, dude, as soon as I saw him, I knew it was I had to get the ball to my guy. Like, I had to get it to him. And it's so great to watch that relationship between quarterback and receivers, between quarterback and the line, and to see how all those things kind of are so symbiotic and how they work together. And when you guys truly are playing for each other, and it shows in these kind of moments. Carter, congratulations, man. Number 85 gets on the sticker board, not just for a district win with everybody else, but for a great touchdown, a big touchdown. Was it your?
It was his first catch of the season was for a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Awesome,
previously he had a carry for like 8 yards on the season.
Yeah.
So his first catch
found pay dirt till this week.
Listen, if he's following after the path of Keyshawn, where the first catch is a touchdown, man, I can't wait to see what you do the rest of the way, Carter.
Right.
All right.
Oh, man.
The next guy on the list, number 88, Thatcher Crane, brother.
New guy.
You're getting in there, new guy.
Make me do some artwork.
Yeah, we're gonna give you 2 stickers on the evening. You had 1 catch for 31 yards and a touchdown. So we're gonna kind of roll that yards per catch average in and that explosive play of 31 yards into that sticker. So it's 2 stickers, 1 catch, 31 yards and a touchdown. You got some playing time with the 2s, brother. You took a quick, almost a quick throw to the left by Tristan, and you made one guy miss, and then you housed it. And they were doing their darndest to catch, and you're like, no, I'm getting to the end zone. I'm gonna take this to the pay dirt, brother. And that was really cool to see. It's fun getting to see some of these younger guys get in the game and do their role and make some guys miss. And it's also fun to watch, like, hey, Coach Parr's gonna run the exact same offense. And Coach Rigg is going to run the exact same offense. That's a similar throw as to what they threw out to Cormand or what they throw out to Keyshawn or Michael Kennedy. And so Thatcher comes in and converts his catch for 31 yards and a touchdown. So you're going to walk away with 2 stickers on the night, brother. Great job, man. Can't wait to see you continue to develop.
And the bench exploded again.
Yeah, they were hyped.
Both times. For number 85, number 88, bench explodes. They go crazy. It was so fun to watch. Hey, number 6, Keyshawn Miles. We talked a lot about him.
Who he?
Look.
Quiet game, Keyshawn.
It was kind of quiet for him, and he had more opportunity. Right, there were a couple spaces in there where I think he probably looks at and goes, "I could have had that, or I should have had that, or if I would have done this." But still, 2 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown. Still gets into the touchdown, into the end zone, and gets a touchdown for our guys. Had an average of 14 yards per catch with a long of 21. I think we can safely expect this kind of behavior out of Keyshawn moving forward. Keyshawn, I know you like to claim that you're a basketball player, but my guy,
you have a football. Your future in football.
You
also have a football.
You have a football.
That you've caught.
No, but you have a clear future in football. If
you don't, do you need a football? Like
you have a future here, man. Yeah. Keep grinding, kid, because what we've seen out of you so far is pretty spectacular.
By the way, Keyshawn's touchdown was like a second or third window throw from Zai,
and it was a dart.
He just waited, let it develop, and just threw it to the back goal line for Keyshawn as he worked open. It's funny. So 3 of our incompletions on the night, we had a total of 5 incompletions on the night between our quarterbacks.
Yep.
3 of them were actually Keyshawn's way. One of them was Zai changed what looked like probably a go route to a back shoulder because of how far the DB was playing off him. By the way, that's the respect in 2 weeks that Keyshawn has earned. There was a go route called for Keyshawn, and it was very clear from the booth it was a go route. The DB was like 7 yards downfield from Keyshawn, just like, no matter what happens, I can't get beat deep. That's the respect in 2 weeks that young man has earned. That's pretty crazy. So I can't wait to see the rest of the season for him as well. And number 11, Also getting in on the offensive action, we bring in the big boy package. We bring in some beef. Where's that beef? Oh, it was on the field. And Jaden Parker lines up at the end of the line as a tight end. And everybody, including me, I think everybody that was not involved in the play call was like, oh, this is going to be a run. We're going to turn it and hand it off to Ace or to Pharrell, whoever was in running back. And they're just going to follow the big blockers, and it's going to be our version of the tush push, and we're going to get into the end zone. And
all right.
It was going to be that's the Coyote version of the tush push, right?
Yeah.
And so, no. Zai pulls it and just lets Jaden kind of slip past it, and wasn't a jump pass like you saw with like a Tim Tebow, years and years ago in college football. But just lets Jaden slip back there and just throws it to him, and Jaden just
he reaches up,
big old paws, just brings it in.
and big brothers everybody around him. Just big brothered him.
Just casual.
Said, hey, little bro, I'm gonna do this thing over here. You go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm just gonna kind of casually do this right here.
So
Score a touchdown.
here's what I think his efficiency was on offense. One play, one catch, one touchdown.
I like that.
What else can you ask for the young man?
You can't argue that, right?
One play, one catch, one touchdown. That's pretty good efficiency.
It is very good efficiency.
That's an EPA of 6.0.
I'm telling you, that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. Congratulations, Jaden. Good job. Great win. Let's talk about what helps make all that possible. And we're 5 games into the season.
We are,
and I don't know that we've had this occasion.
No, we have not.
And
this is
so
the first time this season.
It's fun to get to mention it.
Yeah.
Our big boys up front.
Hog mollies.
The O-line, man. 2 stickers for every offensive lineman.
Every offensive lineman
2.
that played in the game, you're going to get 2 of them.
You're getting a sticker for our 15.2 yards per carry average as a team.
Balloons just went up behind your head.
Did it? Hey, celebrate! Let's go. I don't know.
Good times.
There's a
Come
setting.
on.
There's a setting on our stuff that does that, so it's kind of fun. They deserve it, man.
Real quick. Say the yards per carry as a team again.
15.2 yards per carry. That was our average yards per carry. O-line, you did your thing. You opened up holes. You blocked. You met your assignments. You did everything you needed to do. But you also never gave up a sack on the night. And so those 2 reasons, you guys will all get a sticker. Not to mention the 2 for the victory. It was a big night for the O-line. They handled their business.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, look, you clearly won that line of scrimmage in a dominant fashion. It was just there are not enough superlatives, not enough words to really adequately describe the kind of work you did. But the reason we could spend so much time in the top part of our script was because of everything you guys did. So every single guy on that line ends up with a couple extra stickers for their performance that night.
Yeah, that was pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way, just the offense. So I have no idea how far we are into the show right now. I don't know what the timestamp is, but we're only through the offense.
I think we spent 35 minutes on the offense.
And we still got the defense and special teams to go. So with that being said, should we pop to the defense?
Let's do defense.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life, from no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to Click Switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another, and much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, guys, let's talk about some defense. Look, we got some to talk about.
Some?
Yeah, we got some to talk about. Like it was a 63-7 situation. Is
a situation.
Situation.
They found themselves in a situation.
We found them in when we put them in a situation. And number one is Izzy's a part of that reason. Israel Johnson gets a tackle, pass breakup on the night, like good. This is the stuff you want to see. Ball comes your way. You want to see a guy like Izzy get up, put his paw on it, knock it down, right? Interrupt that play. Did that very well. Look, anything that they would have caught would have been a disappointment. And the few that they did catch were massive disappointments. But the reality is they just didn't catch many, and that's because Izzy did his job and so many other people today. So Izzy,
Yes.
my guy, number one, you're going to get a sticker for the tackle and the pass breakup.
So I've got a big old giant smirk on my face because I know what's about to come, and I don't want to step on it yet because it's going to be fun when we get to that section of the defense. So let's go to number 2, Corday Young. You're going to walk away with 2 stickers on the evening, young man. You were violent. You were in a good way. You were football violent on Thursday night. You had 2 total tackles. One of them was a tackle for a loss where you literally the ball carrier is coming off of your side of the line and trying to get to the perimeter, and you just bust through the line, and he's got the ball in his the ball carrier's got the ball in his hands, and he literally just like clamps down on him, grabs the ball, and like tries to rip the ball free, and in so doing, just the
Totally
running back
turns.
spins and just falls on his back. And it wasn't like it was a suplex or a dirty move. Like he was just like violently, the ball's there, I'm gonna get the ball. And I can't imagine, like, I think if that had been me that fell on my back after Corday Young whipped me around, I'd probably be I'd be gasping for some air. So you get a sticker for that, tackle for a loss, and then you had one QB hurry on the evening where I loved it. The quarterback, Jack O'Connor, is rolling out to his right, and Corday is in pursuit. And they were rolling a lot to try and buy time and get some extra time, and it just ended up not working a whole lot. Corday is just, like, pushing his blocker towards the quarterback, and the quarterback starts to go to throw, and Corday just reaches over the guy blocking him and pushes Jack to the ground, and, like, it's incomplete. And it was just hilarious to me because Corday had another human being between him and the quarterback, and he was like, you too small, brother. Let me just reach over you. And, like, that's how big that young man is.
Look,
and he's got so much potential.
Something similar to that. When we get home at the game, I'm putting out post-game interviews real quick. I'm editing and trying to get those out so those go out to everybody. But the second thing we're doing is we're going through our clips of the night. We capture every play to the very best of our ability.
Two angles as much as possible.
And when I watch them, and I watched some of Corday's stuff,
it was funny.
It was crazy. And there's one time where he is blocking a guy, or he's not blocked, a guy, he's being blocked rather, and this guy is in front of him, and there's a second, like you can see it like click. I think something just went off in his head. He's like, why am I letting this guy bother me? And Corday just does this, one-handed, just goes whack, and it was a fast, decisive, strong move, whack, and the guy was clear.
Yeah,
he was
gone.
clear, the guy, like he was done. And look, Corday, you have that capability.
Yes.
You have the capability to dominate in a very special way, and I think you're just starting to uncover bits and pieces of it. Get at it. Like, get at it, man. Be that dog. Be that guy, whatever it takes to get there, because there were moments last night, it was very clear. That thing for me, I'm like, oh, my goodness.
I'd watch all the clips of Corday from last night.
Look,
just show them all to me. I want to see all the Corday.
That's going to make number 2 a guy that opposing teams are always going to be.
They're going to have to game plan for him.
They're always going to be planning for sure. So great player, man. A lot of fun to watch him. I'll talk about number 11. We've already talked about him in the end of the offensive line, so let's talk about on the defensive side of the lines. 2 stickers, Jaden, on the defensive side for 5 tackles, a QB hurry. Again, dominant, disruptive, right? Violent player. Another guy who I think is just starting to truly understand the physical nature of his body and what he can do. I don't know that he's not arrived, but I think he's definitely starting to understand.
Sure.
I'm a force to be reckoned with.
He's continuing to get better every single week. I mean, he might as well be Thanos. When he just decides that he's going to do something, he just and it's over.
How come we didn't do that at the same time?
We were close. We were close. But yeah, Jaden Parker was awesome. By the way, a quick note: 5 total tackles is tied for the team lead. We had 4 guys tied with 5 total tackles. That tells you how spread out the playing time was on Thursday night, right?
Right.
That 4 guys led the team with 5 tackles. Normally, we're like the tackle leaders like 10, 11, 9, something like that. Then 8 or 7 or 6 or 2 or 3 or 4. 4 of them with 5 tackles is kind of silly.
One of them had their 5 tackles in the first half.
Yeah.
One of them had all 5 tackles in the first half.
Yeah.
I said on the broadcast. If you tune into 97.5 K-Lake for the Anna Coyotes broadcast, you will have heard me say at halftime who this player was. We're not there yet, Adam, but I'm just saying Corday is tied with him. Jaden, is tied with him, and so it's pretty special when you can get a team tying first position for tackles in one half of a ball game.
Yep.
Not bad.
All right, our next guy, number 12, our Xavion Flanagan. We just call him Zay for short.
Let's go, Zay.
Number 12 had a pass breakup on the night, so you're going to get a sticker for that. But it was really like entertaining. Zay went back to his wide receiver days on that pass play. The quarterback threw it, and Zay just read the ball better and got inside position. And the offensive player basically turned into a DB. I think he was targeting Thompson or something like that from Independence. And Zay just got inside position and went to high point it. And Thompson was just barely able to knock it out of his hands. Otherwise, they would have had an interception on the night. But listen, you were part of that reason that we had clamps on the perimeter all night long. There were a ton of times where O'Connor would roll out and just throw it away.
Couldn't do
Why?
anything.
Because Izzy and Zay were just there in coverage. JoJo was just there in coverage. Brennan Williams was just there in coverage. A lot of these guys where it's like, man, their numbers were down again. What's going on with them? Well, they only played a half, or they only played a half of a half. In the case of Brennan, he was trading off with Aiden Palmer starting after the first series because it was kind of already like 5 plays and 14-0.
Yeah.
By the way, that was what the total was after 5 offensive plays, just in case anybody was wondering. No? Okay. But Zay,
I was there.
Mr. Flanagan.
I was there.
Thanks. Mr. Flanagan, you're my only feedback in here. Everybody else is just watching at home at a later date.
You asked the rhetorical. I answered. I was there.
Mr. Flanagan, you're a reason for that. You had the clamps down,
Yeah,
and
man.
so where they were just throwing it 5-6 yards out of bounds because there's nobody to throw to. It could have been a much bigger night, but you get a pass breakup, and sometimes you only want a small stat line from your corners because that means that there was nowhere to throw the ball anyways, so they didn't have to make a whole lot of plays because they were just in position all night long, and that's what these guys did.
Yeah, I mean, last year we were in that position. People didn't ever challenge Zay Gentry last year, right? They'd get out there and they just didn't throw that way. They didn't want to play the game. It was a business decision.
Yeah.
They didn't want interceptions. They didn't want a turnover, so they just never looked that direction. If Zay lined up on a guy, that's how it was. And I think what we're seeing is that's exactly what happened in this game. You had Israel, you had Zay, and they were just locking people down and doing what they do. And as a result, we get these low stat lines. But that's because you did your job.
Yes, it is.
So, all right, I get to talk. We've been storming the castle all night. Let's continue with the storm motif. Mr. Tsunami, Ryan Susumi, number 15. 2 stickers, my guy. 2 stickers. 5 total tackles and a QB hurry. Now, look, I'm gonna kind of preempt another one just because it goes here. I got a great shot from the end zone. I got this QB hurry on video really well. 15 and 40. Marvel, one of his teammates, were chasing the quarterback. He was kind of rolling out right again, trying to get space, trying to buy time. But you and Marvel said, "I don't think so. I'm not having any of it." You chased him down, and, I mean, you were a hair's breadth away, you guys, from a sack. It was that close. Either way, you were still close enough to be able to get on him and to bring him to the ground, which I love that. Having plays that close, you're making that guy think twice, 3 times, 4 times on whether or not he wants to hold the ball longer. You got back and you disrupted that play. Big momentum. All that stuff's big momentum shifters, big momentum changers. Ryan, you all around the place were making plays. I got another great video of Ryan in action. The quarterback decided I think it was a 4th and 2. It was short.
Yeah.
4th and 2,
Something
4th and 3.
like that, yeah.
Quarterback thought he was just going to take it and run it up the gut. Ryan just kind of slips around, wraps him up from behind, and just suplexes him. Just whack straight back. It was so cool to watch, dude. Like, he just put him straight on his back, man. Ryan, just stronger, more physical, more violent to the ball, like finishing plays.
Yeah.
There's not enough great things to say about your play, man. It was really good.
You ragdolled a couple of people on Thursday night. You absolutely ragdolled a couple of people. Hey, the next guy, first shout-out of the season.
Let's go.
Number 21, Uba Njoku.
Mr. Njoku.
Listen, you walked away with a tackle, but you also had a big pass breakup in your spot action as our 2s and our backups, and I think we may have even gotten some 3s in there at times. Like we got a lot of people that got to play on the defense. And Uba, you were part of the reason that they didn't score until there were 8 seconds left in the game. So you're going to get a sticker. Your first official sticker for the statistical category of a pass breakup. So, Uba, we are excited about what you did. Another young corner that we can't wait to see grow. I think there's some really talented young corners on this team that are just waiting their time and just learning. And to them, Uba and Carter and Cam Warrington, I would tell you guys, like, learn, listen, learn well. pay attention during practice, do what you need to do so that when you step on the field, this becomes a regular basis where we're calling your name every single week, like we're calling Izzy and Zay's names almost every single week.
Yep.
Put in that work, and Uba, it showed that you have been putting in that work. It showed up, brother. You're getting a sticker on the night for your pass breakup. Great job.
If you learn, you'll level up.
Level up.
If you'll learn, if you'll let yourself learn, you'll level up.
I almost tried to make the Super Mario sound when he gets the mushroom and levels up, and decided against it because nobody wants to hear me try to make that sound and just butcher it.
I mean, I would like to hear it, but that's okay. Number 23, another first time for us. Carter Mundine gets a pass breakup. Here we go. We're talking about that same stat, right? He gets a pass breakup on the night, gets in the game, makes a play. Every time you come off a bench, every time you get a chance, your job is to go make a play. Not somebody else's. Make the play that's in front of you. Do your job. And Carter, you did just that. You went in, you were given a shot, and you took advantage of it. You made a good play. You break up a pass, and as a result, you're going to walk away with a sticker. It's fun to be able to say your guys' names for the first time. So Carter Mundine, you're on the stat show, kid. You got a sticker coming your way.
There you go. Name in bright lights right there. Number 25 is our next guy, Cash. Money, 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 money. Money. I may have started singing that on the broadcast. Williams, Cash, you were very, very mean on Thursday night. Very mean, in the nicest way possible. But you were a mean young man. You tied the team lead in total tackles with 5. You had a sack and you had 2 tackles for a loss. He had, I think it was 2 snaps back to back where he just ran and blitzed through the exact same gap and just absolutely destroyed it. The first one was a sack. The second one was they tried to hand it off, and you came through the same – well, the second one was you were going to come through the same gap, and I think it was the right guard freaked out and moved because they saw you coming, and so you drew a false start. And then you came through the same gap a third time in a row as they handed the ball off. We're like, let's just try and get some yards here. And you're like, no.
Not going to happen.
It's going to be a tackle for a loss. Cash, you were a mean, mean human being on Thursday night, and I couldn't be more pleased that you were wearing Coyote purple every time you were that mean and physical.
Our only sack on the night.
Yes.
The only sack. Only recorded sack goes to number 25.
Plenty of QB hurries, but just the one sack. Because, like I said, they were rolling him out. They were not letting him stay in the pocket to pass because they knew the pressure they were going to face from people like Corday and Cash and Caden and Quan, and we still got some of those guys to shout out.
Yep.
But Cash Williams, great job. 4 stickers on the night, brother. Keep squatting, just absolute cars and brick houses so that you can keep pushing human beings around.
He came up to the church last week and just put the church on his back and squatted the church once.
Yeah, the storm actually caused our church building to move a little bit. He picked it up and just moved it right back on top of the foundation.
Squatting.
It was pretty cool to see. Thank you, Cash, for doing that, man. I salute you and appreciate you.
We're so dumb. Oh, the dumb things we say on this show.
We've never claimed to be anything other than that.
If you're still listening at this point, thank you for putting up with us. I've already talked about number 40, Marvel, as I talked about the quarterback hurry that Ryan Susumi had. He and Marvel were both chasing him down at the same time. I mean, it was – and
Tobar got a great clip of that too.
Yeah. And I think we both –
I think you
ended up
Tobar,
both getting good clips, so you guys will get to see that. That'll be a lot of fun. But, man, Marvel, great for you. I get to hear his name when we're out at practice, watching practice and seeing stuff. I know we haven't been able to meet like face to face, so I look forward to being able to shake your hand one day. On QB hurry, you did it with number 15. You get a sticker for it, man. Good job.
Hey,
excellent
it'll
work.
be Friday when we hand out the stickers because the stickers are going to be here.
Yep.
By the time homecoming game
For
rolls
sure.
around, the stickers will be here.
For sure.
All right, our next guy, number 46, Cale Garrett, another guy that we get to shout out for the first time. Cale, you did awesome coming in. You had a QB hurry where here's what's impressive to me with all of these QB hurries and with Cale's play is they just like I've mentioned so many times, they kept rolling Jack O'Connor out. Get him away from pressure. Get him outside the pocket. Try and buy time. Try and roll the play out to the right or to the left. Try and extend the amount of time and the windows he has to throw. And guys like Cale Garrett were like, nah, bruh.
Look, it's
bruh, don't matter. You can roll away from me, but bruh, I'm faster. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna try and give me a little QB snap.
It's so funny to see him as aggressive as he is because Cale, I'm gonna tell a story, and you may or may not like this, but I'm proud of it.
He don't got no choice.
I'm the one behind the camera. No, look, Cale was on one of the baseball teams I coached as he was growing up. Absolutely one of the hardest working guys on the team that year. Yeah. Absolutely one of the most teachable guys on the field that year. I've watched him come in and out of this football facility for several years, right? And he is just consistent. Go in, work. Go in and work. Go in and work. And he got a chance to get in, and he made a play, and he made a good one. And so it's a lot of fun, Cale, to be able to call your name, right? Number 46, Cale Garrett. That's a sticker, man. That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
really cool.
Well, you get the next one. Yeah, you get to talk about him.
I talked about him at halftime. I'm going to talk about him again. Number 55, Quan Young. He was leading the team at the half. He ended up having a tie with multiple guys when the game was over at 5 total tackles. You're going to get 2 stickers, Quan. You get one was for the 5 total tackles, would put you tied for first place for total tackles.
Yes.
And the tackle for loss.
Another guy that was just ragdolling people all night long.
Dude, he just imposes his will.
He was blowing up the center and the guard all night. At one point, I think they tried to triple team him, and it didn't work.
It was silly. Like, it was just his physical presence up the middle was, it was dominant. I've used that word 5 times.
It was dumb.
It was crazy. Quan, you had a great game, man. I'm extremely proud of you. 2 stickers, 5 tackles, tackle for loss. You earned it. You earn it every single game. You were at a place where you were tied for first in the team.
Hey,
so.
he was frustrated last week. Not frustrated. By the way, if you ever talked to like Quan and Coyote, they're super fun loving guys.
Oh yeah.
Coyote's a goofy human being, man. He's so cool. We were watching him at practice, and I was just like, dude, he's goofy, man. He's goofy, but he's dangerous. Quan looked at me and he goes, man, they gave my tackles to my brother last week. And I said, we did our stats? He goes, no, the ones that are on max preps. I said, okay, that's not me.
That's not us.
That's not me. He goes,
don't hurt us, Quan.
He goes, yeah, Corday got him. And I said, well, go out this week and get you stats so I can. He goes, it wasn't gonna be enough to get shouted out on the stat show anyways. He goes, but they still gave my tackles away. And I said, okay, well, go get you some on Friday or on Thursday night to get on the stat show. He goes, oh, I'm going to.
He did,
brother.
He did it.
You did. Multiple times where you fought through 2 or 3 blockers and just took him down. The next guy, number 90, Caden Soul Snatcher Banks. You're going to walk away with 2 stickers on the evening, brother. Another guy that they were just running away from. Another guy that this is the reason why they decided to try and roll the pocket all night long and roll Jack O'Connor out. And I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more. It's because of guys like Caden Banks. You had a tackle for a loss, and a QB hurry. And that QB was hurrying to get away from you. I'll tell you that much. He was hurrying to get away from you and just threw it like 18 yards out of bounds. He's like, nope, 90's coming. Nope, he's the soul snatcher. I want to keep it. I don't want any pain right here. Caden Banks, 2 stickers on the night, brother. Like, it's just a joy watching that young man play. And he's one of those guys that is working hard and discovering more and more about his talents and his abilities and just continuing to grow in all of those things.
And it's so much fun. Look, number 91, Hayden Wise, comes in with a sticker. You get a sticker for a QB hurry. It's another one of the guys we haven't shouted out yet, but we get to shout out here, and it's a lot of fun. Number 91, Hayden Wise gets in, disrupts the QB in the backfield, and as a result, our team is able to make plays. Look, that disruptive behavior is everything. Get the opposing teams off their game plan. Get them away from it, right? And I guarantee you that's not the best scenario, is to have your quarterback on every play thinking, I got to get out of the pocket. I got to get out of the pocket. I got to get out of the pocket. Unless you're like Ziondre Williams, who can live quite well outside of the pocket. But he is not, and he was not. And Hayden,
very few human beings are Ziondre Williams.
And Hayden made him prove it, and that's why you're getting a sticker, man. Number 91, Hayden Wise, congratulations. That's a sticker for you. And now,
by the way, if you've been keeping track at home, if you've been tracking our stats at home, which why would you? That's what we do. We do the math for you, so you don't have to do it.
Right.
That is 13 different individuals we just shouted out on the defensive side of the ball.
Wow.
That may be an all-time record for most number of names we've read off on the defensive side of the ball. But now we get to give out a couple of fun stickers. For the first time this season, we're giving out the running on a treadmill sticker.
Let's go.
That was made famous by the original Death Squad with C.J. Miller and Grayson Stewart and all of those guys.
That sticker so many times.
And so this is going to go to every defensive player that played on Thursday night. You're going to get a sticker. So if you saw the field and you took a snap on defense, you're going to get a sticker. And here's why. Running on a treadmill is given out when we hold teams to less than like 50 yards rushing. So here was Independence's stat line on the ground. I'm going to let you swallow your drink because otherwise you might spit it out.
All right, we're good.
There we go. 26 carries for 27 yards. That is 1.03846154 yards per carry. I'll say it again, 1.03846154 yards per carry.
Nice.
Literally
Very
running
nice.
on a treadmill. Literally just running and going nowhere.
Oh.
What were we doing?
A yard per carry. That's barely what they were doing.
Eked it out.
Just barely got it done.
Oh, that was so much fun when I saw that. I started cackling this morning, and in the office, I was making our show sheet. We're filming this Friday afternoon. So I made the show sheet Friday morning. I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to make it in the morning after my workout, and I think I may have ran further during my workout than they ran all game long against our defense.
I ran more going back and forth on the sideline, getting video of the game than they did.
Pharrell Brown ran more on his 80-yard run
Than their whole team did.
3 times more.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, incredible defensive performance. It should have been that way. It was that way, and that's why the entire defense gets a sticker.
But wait.
There's
Like a good infomercial.
There's more. For a limited time only, we're handing out stickers for the no-fly zone. For all defensive players, again, the no-fly zone sticker is another one that we love. Defense gives up a total of 90 yards passing on the night.
We played 4 quarters of football, right?
We played 4 quarters of football. They managed
Just
117 total yards of offense in the
checking.
game.
Just checking.
28 attempts, 39% completion percentage, 3.214, 28571. Again, per completion, 3.214, 28571 yards per completion. Because we're all about them decimal points.
Their average yards per completion is barely greater than the value of pi.
That's geeky math now. Now we've crossed the line. The no-fly.
This was a geeky, like this performance had me geeked out, man. Like I don't know what to do here.
Oh, dude, look, you just get to a point where it's just incredible. Like, good job, guys. Incredible night.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Permission to buzz the tower?
Permission granted. No fly zone. All you guys are going to get another one for that. Incredible night. Overall, defense did what they were supposed to do. Right? There's stuff they're
yes.
going to learn. There's stuff they're going to get better at. There's always something you can learn in any competition. But overall, great, incredible performance. What our Coyote fans were expecting, and they delivered it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if you didn't get the chance to go to the game, you missed out on such a fun game.
It was.
Live. Make plans to be at the next one. The next time we go to Frisco, we'll be in the Star in the Ford Center. That'll be a cool place to go to as well. Flashbacks to our victory over Panther Creek.
Yeah, that was a big game.
Yep. So, hey, that's the defense. Should we get to the special teams?
Let's do some special teams.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life. From no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another. And much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, well, I'll bring this one in. You brought in defense. I'm going to bring in our extra point team, which is changed a little bit with Rowan being sidelined this past Thursday night. We actually had a few different guys on the special teams unit, but the biggest thing is they went 9 for 9 on extra points. And so it was a combination of Peyton Miller, Carter Merritt, Ace Traylor, and Desmar Marquin. I'll go 9 for 9 on extra points.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Sure.
How many different ways did they say Dez's last name last night?
Listen, I don't know. I actually don't know because I have the broadcast headphones on in the box, and I don't have field sound fed into my headphones, so I actually can't tell you. So please tell me.
I was dying, bro. The first one, I'm not even going to try to say all the ways they said his name, but they had to have said his name 4 different ways before they got close. and just stuck with whatever their last attempt was. 4 different ways. It was different for the first 4 extra point after attempts. It was bad, but man, you gave them every chance to get it right, didn't you, Dez?
And by the way, we're not responsible for that.
No, that is not us. Don't come to us for that. We have nothing to do with that.
No control over it.
None.
But they
Zero.
had complete control over the extra points, and our extra point unit was on point. By the way, one of those Dez extra points, he actually had to he started and stopped after a step because the snap was high, and Carter did a great job of getting it back down, and then Dez basically short kicks it through the uprights, and I was impressed because it wasn't a knuckler through the uprights. It was split the uprights, looked beautiful. If you weren't paying attention, you never would have known that he had to start, stop, start on that extra point kick. That's just
that
that's
was the
growth.
one. That was the moment where I could have had a perfect score prediction for this game, but they proved me wrong. They scored that point, and we ended up 63-7 instead of 62-7.
Yep.
I was that close. So Carter, another shout out to you. You made me look silly for doubting this unit. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. I will never do that again this year.
There you go. Hey, the next sticker is one that I came up with while I was typing this morning.
Get it?
It's the touchback merchant sticker.
Because that's all he hands out?
Yep.
Just touchback after touchback?
Like a death merchant, just touchback merchant. Dez was 10 for 10 on touchbacks in this game, and the reason I'm giving out this sticker is this is part of what Coach Rod has been talking about for a couple of weeks. We've heard him talk about it on our coaches show live from Texas Roadhouse every Wednesday evening. So make plans, be there, come out and enjoy it. It's always going to be a good time. We're always going to have fun together. Brandy and her staff are always going to try and take the very best care of us, and man, I love it. I get to talk to her on a regular basis and see what's going on there. So anyways, Coach Rod has been talking about it. Hey, we asked Dez to kick it out of bounds. We want him to kick it deep. We want it just touchbacks. Let our guys kind of catch their breath. But then our guys also have to act like he's not going to kick it for a touchback. And Dez never let that not happen. So let me read off Dez's kickoff yardage to you. 72, 68, 66, 62, 63, 60. He got tired. That was the first half. He got tired. I can tell. 68, 67, 71, 72. My hope on the broadcast all night long.
That was his curve.
Yep. My hope on the broadcast all night long was that he was just going to kick one through the uprights on a kickoff. And I think he started trying.
That
was all I wanted.
We heard about it. I joked that after he would kick, he would be like, to try to give it extra breeze to go through.
I've never been more excited to watch kickoffs in my life than hoping that Dez was going to kick one through the uprights. And he had one of his last two felt just it had enough yardage, and it was like a yard or two left of the left upright. And I'm up in the booth is it going to go? And Jared's trying to call the game like a professional. I'm like, is it going to go through the uprights? What's going to happen here?
And there's your meme right there. If you were wondering where the meme was coming from this game or this show, it was right there.
You're welcome, Adam Stormer. Just doing my job.
And it's all because of Dez's great job.
Touchback merchant.
Touchback merchant. I like it. Last guy to talk about on the show.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Corday. Corday Young, number 2, blocks punt, gets off the edge, gets his big old mitt, gets that paw up in there, and blocks a punt. And I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? You could just feel it last night, like it was going to happen, and Corday made it happen. Corday all over the field, really, really coming into his own. Hope to continue to see him do things like this and really excel. I think we're going to be calling his name out every single game. He's just that kind of player.
He is. That was special. And by the way, just because it went past the line of scrimmage doesn't mean it wasn't a block. For anybody that was wondering, but the punt went forward. I know, but he still blocked it.
He still blocked it.
He still he blocked it. He tipped it. So Phil, we've now given out roughly 3,872 stickers for just this game alone.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I'm exhausted. We're going to have to order more stickers.
I think our mathing isn't mathing right now, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
It's pretty close, okay? It's pretty close.
Look, let me remind
somebody go and prove me wrong.
There you go. There's a challenge. Our next game will be coming up here this next week, 10-10 versus Emerson. It's our homecoming game. Everybody, we need to pack the stands. Homecoming games need to be full. Emerson is a good team. They're going to come wanting to spoil our homecoming. We need to make sure the Fun Zone is at full alert. Fun Zone needs to be on full alert, doing our thing, making sure that they feel the the extra player, so to speak, when people come into the Den. When they come into Coyote Stadium, they need to feel y'all. They need to hear you all. They need to experience what it's like when we play in our stadium, right? That's critical. So Fun Zone on Full Alert, 7:30 kick, 6:30 Coyote Walk, 5:30 tailgate. All the good stuff's going to be happening.
Be there for all of it.
You can find Andrew Tobar, one of our new videographers, at the tailgate snacking before game. We can get a shout out to Josh Wright, our editor, who does some great work for us after we record these shows. Tries to make us look better. I don't know how he does that.
Tries to make us look professional.
Have you ever seen the movie Airplane, where they're trying to, and he's just dripping sweat? I've got a feeling that's probably exactly what Josh Wright looks like as he's trying to edit our
Especially
show.
after he gets his hands on this week of ridiculousness.
He might have a little bit of fun with this one. So have your fun, good sir.
Come stop by the Pin Oaks tailgate.
Yeah,
we're right across the bridge. We have a radar gun out there to try and track how fast you can throw the football.
Yay,
see who
let's
can
go.
Hey, fastest thrower. Maybe they get a sticker on the evening. Maybe I'll leave Adam Stormer with a sticker for that one. We hand out free food. Right, it's going to be good. They usually try and theme it to our opponent, so I can't wait to see what they do with the Mavericks.
Well, I will just say this as well. Look, you guys know that both Blake and I are on staff of the church. The staff puts up with a lot of our antics, especially as it relates to this. It's become more than a show for us. It's a ministry. It's something that we value doing. We'd love for you, if you're looking for a community-minded church that wants to be active and involved in the lives of the people that in the place it serves. I know it may feel biased, but I really believe that Pin Oaks is that kind of place, and we'd love to have you come out to a service on Sunday, 9 or 10:45 any week. We'd love to have you come out. So all that being said,
hey, before we do that,
what do you got?
We have a big event coming up in the life of our church.
Yeah.
Can we plug it? We plugged it at the coaches show.
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to? I kind of talked about it at the coaches show. Do you want to plug that event that we have coming up for men?
You guys, the reality is the football attracts a lot of guys, and so getting to talk about this with this group is really important to us. Look, men need camaraderie. Men need their guys. They need their unit, so to speak.
Sure.
They need men around them that will be there to prop them up, and I can't have guys do the stuff that I need to do in my life, but I can have guys help encourage, support, right, challenge, give accountability. I need that. We all need that. And
you and I do that to at least on some level to each other.
Yeah, I mean that's how it
sure.
has to work. That's how you get through life. And so we recognize that need around our church, and so we've partnered with a couple of really cool speakers and people in the community, and to offer a men's conference called Rise Men's Conference. It's going to come up on October 18th. It's a Saturday. I know there's a lot of things you can do on a Saturday, but I'm going to tell you, I think this is going to be one of the most important things you could do this on any given Saturday, is to come out, spend some time here at the church. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get some really great Q&A panels. Coach Parr is going to be one of the guys that sits on a Q&A panel.
I'm so excited that he agreed to be part of it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
These guys are going to talk about manhood, getting boys to men to manhood, and boys to men, getting boys to manhood, and what that looks like. Getting ourselves squared away, so we're able to be the best version of ourselves for the people that are around us. You get to hear from Dante Ramirez. He is the premier pitmaster in this area. He was the founder of Tender Barbecue, an incredible guy, got a great testimony, but he's going to teach you. He's going to bring his Brisket 101 class to our conference. So not only do you get some great Q&A with some really, really powerful guys, but you also get a Brisket 101 class to help you up your barbecue game from one of the best in the business. And you get to hear Jesus really changed his life, and so that's really cool too.
And by the way, the cost of his Brisket 101 classes is more than what we're charging for the men's conference.
Yeah, dude, like it's a total value at that point.
And he's not just doing the 101 class. He's also like catering a brisket dinner for the entire conference.
So if you're ready to get your grub on, come on.
Like just the dinner and the 101 class alone far exceeds what you would pay for it.
Yeah.
Right, but that's not it.
That's not it. Last, and our keynote speaker for the night is going to be a guy named Eddie Penny. Look, this guy, I watch him on Instagram. I check out his channel. I've read his book.
Yep.
I first originally heard him back on the Sean Ryan show. I was totally intrigued by his story. I like guys who find a way to overcome, who figure out what it looks like to overcome. And here's the thing. Eddie is no stranger to speaking boldly about what helped him overcome, and that is Jesus, period.
Yes.
End of story. If you watch
Yes.
anything he talks about the power that Jesus brings into your life to change everything. And look, it's one thing to hear that from me or somebody else. It's another thing to have a guy like Eddie who served in our military's most elite unit.
Seen the darkest of the dark.
The kind of stuff, like if you go back to Sean Ryan's stuff, you hear a little bit about some of the stuff that went on, and a lot of those are his stories to tell, and I leave
Yes.
those to him. But I will say, this guy, his own bio talks about being the tip of the spear for these special forces, our nation's defense, and he really was. To be a part of the Navy's most elite groups and our nation's most elite fighting force, dude, he's a warrior, and not only that, he's a warrior for Christ. I can't wait for him to share. I can't wait for him to be with our guys.
I'm so excited.
We want to sell this out. We've got 200 tickets. It's a limited ticket event. To get in a space with these guys with such a small audience, I don't think you're going to get it anywhere else.
Not to mention all the different breakout sessions we're going to have as well. We're going to have 2 opportunities for different breakout sessions, and without taking a whole lot of your time, there's going to be some awesome dudes that are coming and running those breakout sessions, talking anything from finances to firearm care to wound care and trauma care.
Yep.
And it's gonna run the gamut. How to be great husbands.
Taking care of our wives, taking care of our kids. There's breakouts that deal with that.
We've got pastors from other churches in the area coming to help with that. So listen, it's not just like a hey Pin Oaks thing. This is if you're a man in this area, come.
Community-wide. Everybody come out.
Yeah, riseconference.net to get your tickets. I promise you it's going to be worth your time. I appreciate you guys watching and giving us the time to talk about this. We're passionate about this. We think that this is something that men need in today's world. And so riseconference.net to get those tickets. October 18th. Registration starts at 2:30. We'll be done by 9 o'clock. We're not even asking you to give up a full half day. It's going to be well worth your time. It's going to be quick. It's going to be fast, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that you'll walk away with. And so I would just encourage you guys, make time. Wives, encourage your husbands, come to this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be well worth it.
Look, one of the greatest things we talk about this with our wives when it comes to like women's retreats and men's retreats. Men, if there's an opportunity to go on a women's retreat, buy the ticket for your wife. Take the guesswork out of it. Take the should she, shouldn't she, buy her ticket. Same thing with this event. Women, buy the ticket for your husband. Make it a gift, right? Invest in them. I promise you it'll be worthwhile. They'll walk away being equipped on multiple levels. We think about the entirety of a man's life, and we tried to bring a conference that deals with like every aspect of a guy's life.
Yeah.
If they want to, right? Like if they want to, they can deal with every aspect of their life in the scope of 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing, and we are excited about it and look forward to it. But that being said, we got to think about football for next week. Emerson's coming in, so we'll get prepared for that as we sign off here. But we sign off the same way every time.
Go Coyotes on 3. We ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes.